Mohmeet, thank you so much for joining me here for this quick little discussion.
Mhm.
And you can tell everyone a bit about your background and what was behind your move or what inspired you to start Modern Steps ABA.
Yeah, absolutely. I have never worked in ABA before, but my wife has been in ABA as an RBT and a BCBA for over a decade now, maybe a little bit more than that. And she had always had the dream of opening her own ABA therapy company. And so in January of 2025, we kind of made the decision to go forward and really start diving in to get our own clients. And that's where I came upon Reese's company.
Amazing. How did you find me?
So, through a lot of research, I was trying to find a lot of ABA specific marketing companies. And I actually found your YouTube channel. And I listened to some of those testimonials and just looked through some of the educational content you had out there, and I felt like that was kind of what we needed given the young stage of our company. And
Sure.
then I messaged you, and the rest is history.
Amazing. So, Mohmeet, when you were starting Modern Steps and sort of making your plans with your wife to start the business, were there any sort of concerns or worries you had about the ability to get new clients?
Absolutely. We were very concerned that maybe we would get some referrals from local community behavioral boards or maybe some physicians, but we really just weren't sure how exactly that marketing would even look like. And then the next stage of that was, will even if we get those assessments, will they even turn into actual active clients? And so in the beginning stages, we were definitely that was maybe our number one concern.
Sure. Got it. And I looked back through our records. We started the ads, I think, in early January of this year. It's now December. And can you recall how long it took for you to get your first client after starting the ads?
Yeah, so first client, let's do like first assessment, because they all actually ended up turning into clients.
Oh, wow.
So we scheduled our first assessment in March of 2025.
Okay.
We have been getting leads, but sometimes it just takes a while for people to send everything we need.
Sure.
But our leads had started basically a couple days after the ads launched, and then once we got everything, we were able to schedule right in March and get our first assessments going.
Amazing. Okay. And would you say that results have been pretty consistent through the course of your advertising with us?
Definitely. Yeah. We pretty much get at least 3 to 4 new leads almost every day when the ads are active. And sometimes, like, we invested pretty heavy in the beginning,
Mhm.
and we were getting sometimes 6 to 7 new leads a day. So I would say definitely very consistent.
Amazing. Would you feel comfortable to share approximately how many clients you have now?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, currently active, we are at around 25 all in-home clients. We've had several discharge, but and we have, I believe, 6 more currently in the assessment phase.
Great.
Might actually be higher than that. So we're really pushing towards
Good.
30 by the end of the year, and I think we're going to hit that. So yeah, we're right there.
That's amazing. Okay. And do you feel like we've been supportive and there for you with regards to customer service?
Absolutely. You guys have, I've probably changed my mind on that budget. I don't even know
Awesome.
how many times I've emailed you like, "Hey Reese, today can we just lower to 30 or 20 or 40?" And you've kind of walked me through like the educational portion of it, as well as you guys have been very receptive to our like our needs, especially financially, given that we were a super new company.
Yeah.
So I think customer service top notch.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If you were talking to someone starting an EV therapy practice and they were considering working with us, what would you want to share with them?
One, I would definitely say to listen to you. Like, and definitely you guys know what you're talking about in terms of the marketing. Um, Maybe it's our area being Virginia, but the results have just been fantastic. Like I fully quit my job in June and I really only work in modern steps, both my wife and I. And so the results kind of speak for themselves. And then the second thing I would say is that people should be open to rejection because you're going to get so much rejection. Every few leads will turn maybe into one client, maybe not, but you just gotta keep being persistent. Figure out a system that works for you for contacting those leads, and from there you'll get the results you're looking for.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing those words of wisdom. It definitely takes sort of a mindset shift sometimes to get used to just the fact that with some leads, some of them are going to be no's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It was a big adjustment for us. Like initially, we got a few, and then we were like, wow, like this isn't going anywhere. And then suddenly we got more, and we were getting hits left and right. So it just really depends on how persistent you are. We've had some leads who we thought were lost, and then come back to us a couple months later and be like, hey, we actually are ready now. So nobody is ever completely lost. You never want to lose an opportunity. Always keep an open mind to what's going on.
Amazing. Was our sales training helpful in just preparing you for what that process would be like?
Yeah, I would say so. We ended up kind of developing our own style, but I think the training that you provided helped to give us a base of what to look for and how to talk to people. Really being more concerned about what the families wanted to focus on has been the biggest key to actually getting people to buy in. Like
Amazing.
not just talking to them like the minute you call them saying, hey, who's your insurance provider, and then we just start thinking of like our rates and what we can do, but rather talking to them about their child first, their family needs first, and then moving into the kind of administrative side of things has been uh,
Amazing.
immensely important in our outreach.
Amazing. Yeah, I share with a lot of people that if they're going into this with an administrative mindset, just collecting information, sending a form, that's just not going to work. And you really have to be equipped for something better than that.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And Mohmeet, is there anything else you'd like to share?
I would just say to anybody new, like thinking of creating their own ABA agency or ABA company, um, don't shy away from marketing because it is extremely important. Um, yes, organic referrals can be a good source of clientele, but kind of coupling that with the social media marketing, specifically meta ads that have worked for us, I think is extremely important, especially getting you right off the ground. And I think Reese, your company, has been is such an important part of our growth this year. And so I would highly recommend other agencies to follow our direction that we went in.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for taking the time to share your thoughts and experience.
Of course. Thank you, Reese, for everything you do for us. And
Yeah.
we're continuing our partnership even now.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Hmm.